Coming up right now in Marlborough this week, Marlborough Hospital's new Chief Executive Officer began her duties on Monday. We spoke with the city's GIS administrator to find out more about the city's new mapping application. Plus, the annual Evening of Giving will continue to raise money for a local homeless shelter next week. And later in this half hour, the Rotary Club donates dictionaries to one local elementary school. Those stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Our coverage begins with Marlborough Hospital's new CEO, Karen Moore. Marlborough Hospital has chosen Karen Moore, a hospital chief executive officer in Springfield and a former nurse, as its newest president and CEO. Moore most recently served as CEO for Kindred Hospital Parkview in Springfield, Massachusetts, where hospital executives say she improved the quality of patient experience.
For the 25 years prior to that, I was really in short-term acute care, community hospitals like Marlborough Hospital, and big academic medical centers. I started my career at Mass General in Boston.
Moore stated to us this week that she's excited at the chance to oversee the hospital's new cancer pavilion. The $11.7 million, 14,500 square foot addition is part of a revolutionary comprehensive approach to cancer care.
The cancer care is particularly near and dear to my heart. This is a very traumatic time for people diagnosed with cancer, for them and their families, and so much can be done nowadays, and 95% of cancer treatment can be done at the community level.
Moore began her career as a neurosurgery nurse and says she quickly learned she had a passion for leadership.
And I didn't plan on being a CEO of a hospital, but it quickly became apparent to me that it was really about the team, to have good patient care, compassionate patient care, that you really needed a whole team working.
Moore was on a team that helped establish what is now the Fair Lawn Rehabilitation Hospital in Worcester in the late 1980s and says her leadership style is centered on teamwork.
I really like being in community hospitals. Most care is delivered in community hospitals. I've been in them. I think there's an incredible advantage to having community support and knowing and serving your community that way.
Moore replaces interim president and CEO Douglas Brown, who took over for departing president John Polanowitz in May, and hopes to continue to make Marlborough Hospital the best it can be for patients and staff.
What I hope most to have accomplished is that it's an environment where staff and patients and families have really had a strong say and how care is delivered, the services that are here, and that UMass Marlborough Hospital is known throughout the country as a unique, successful environment.
The Finance Committee Monday night recommended approving a $7.5 million bond request for improvements at two city schools. The district request will pay for energy improvements at Kane Elementary School and the high school. The high school project includes replacing the building's 19-year-old roof, all of the windows, several doors, a cooling tower, chiller, and boilers. At Kane Elementary, the money will pay for windows and doors. The City Council already approved a $1 million bond for the schools, which is also being put toward the project. The Massachusetts School Building Authority earlier this month pledged to reimburse the city for about 54% of the total overall cost of the project. The Finance Committee voted unanimously to recommend that the full City Council approve issuing the 20-year bond. The developer behind a proposed 290-unit apartment complex on Route 20 has withdrawn its special permit application for the project. The developer withdrew the application at the suggestion of several city councilors. The project had called for 290 apartments to be built in 5 buildings on the west side of the city along Route 20. The City of Marlborough's Geographic Information System recently launched an interactive public information mapping application. We spoke with Nathaniel Bowen, GIS Administrator for the City of Marlborough, to find out more details. Caitlin O'Brien has the story.
The interesting part is that everything on the map sort of knows what it is in relation to what's around it and the information behind those other things.
The website offers unique features and functions that allow users to access maps and property information using the City of Marlborough's GIS map data. With the aid of state-of-the-art mapping software, visitors to the site will have access to maps that show city parcels, wetlands, and roads, as well as zoning and assessment data. A geographic information system is a computer system capable of assembling, storing, and displaying geographically referenced information. The layers of information you combine depends on your purpose.
So you take the databases and various things, extract information from them, and now you have a map that you can sort of ask questions of. You can extract information.
The GIS mapping application was made to resemble Google Earth to ensure that it is user-friendly.
I tried to make it that way because people are used to using that kind of thing. It's different from those in that it's all local information. You can't go on Google Earth and query the information like you can for Marlborough. So it's like Google Earth from a user-friendly standpoint, but it's all local with data that people in Marlborough are going to benefit from.
The website offers unique features and functions that allow users to access maps and property information using the City of Marlborough's GIS map data.
People I envision using it are local businesses, residents, developers, pretty much anybody who really wants to get some information. You can use it for a variety of things. You can just query who your neighbor is. If you want to look up assessed values and real estate transactions in your neighborhood.
Some current uses of GIS within the city include infrastructure management, public works, growth planning, street improvements, and internet mapping.
If you want to apply for a building permit, the building department asks that you submit a sketch for certain types of permits, and this allows you to do that. Similarly, if you are a developer and you're looking for large parcels over X number of acres that are zoned X, Y, or Z, you can sort of quickly find that information.
The GIS mapping system has been used internally for 6 years and has just now been recently released to the public.
It feels good because people are actually using it. And I know that because when it breaks, I get calls right away from a lot of people, so I know people are actually using it.
Bowen is looking for feedback to make any improvements to the site.
Ideally, this is the first step. We're going to be taking this in the future, and I'm going to try to develop mobile applications so you can use this on your phone, so you can use this on your iPad. That's another step that we're going to try to take internally, is giving the field crews iPads, potentially, to start accessing the stuff in the field, so they don't need to come into the office to look up plans or data. They'll have the stuff at their fingertips outside.
For more information, please visit marlborough-ma.gov. For Marlborough This Week, I'm Caitlin O'Brien.
We just want to inform you that the city's overnight parking ban went into effect this past Thursday and will continue through March 15th. During this period, on-street parking is prohibited from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night. Vehicles violating the ban are subject to a $10 penalty. Additionally, vehicles that interfere with snow or ice removal operations are subject to towing and storage at the owner's expense. Another thing that December brings this year is the Evening of Giving. Every year, this annual fundraising event benefits Roland's House, a Marlborough homeless shelter. The Evening of Giving has been going on for 21 years and has raised over $700,000. We spoke with Yvette Mesmar, an event organizer, to hear more about this year's fundraiser.
For the first time in many years, we have given it a theme, is Winter Wonderland. We wanted people to think about the holidays and the wonderful things that we all like to enjoy and how we can share that with those that don't have what we so much enjoy.
This year's event will take place next Thursday night, December 8th, from 7:30 p.m. to midnight at the Best Western Royal Plaza Hotel. The Evening of Giving features live music and different foods from local restaurants.
Every year, I can't begin to tell you how grateful our organization is and Roland House and the people that benefit from the generosity of all of the restaurants in this area from Marlborough and Hudson. Every year they donate their time, their employees, man hours, and the wonderful food and displays that they bring to this wonderful event. It makes it such a success, and it's because of this community and the selfless giving that they display every year.
Tickets are $30 each or $300 for a table of 10. Residents enjoy this event not only because it's raising money for a great cause, but also because they can catch up with neighbors and friends.
Every year is a wonderful event, is an opportunity for the community to get together. It's, it's where people run into each other. Is that one high school friend that you haven't seen in years and you run into each other? Is that neighbor that due to busy schedules you don't run into, and there you are together for a common cause, enjoying a wonderful time while you're giving to the community.
A raffle will also be held with a first prize of $5,000, one $1,000 prize, and three $500 prizes.
100% of our proceeds go to Roland's House, which is our homeless shelter in the community. And just for everybody to know, it is a dry shelter. The people that are there are in rehab and they're in the stages of putting their life together. So hopefully one day they will be 100% out of homelessness. So it's not just for the shelter, but it's to help these individuals to move forward with their lives, for training, for jobs, and to have a home that they can call their own.
Donations will be accepted of warm socks, mittens, and toiletries for those living at Roland's House.
People that are in that situation in life are in desperate need of clean socks and toiletries. They're moving from place to place constantly. So that is something that we'd like to have available so we can offer it to the people that come to us for assistance.
Event organizers ask you to please consider coming out for the Evening of Giving this year and help support your local homeless shelter.
People think it's a great time because it's the one time in this community that we get together in a glitzy night, but yet giving, because it's not about buying the ticket, it's not about spending the money on it and going and having a wonderful display of food and eating nicely, but it's about the fact that we're having so much fun while we're giving to others.
You can call Paula Lynch at 508-485-5705 to obtain your tickets. Still to come as we continue with Marlborough this week, the Christmas feeling will continue with the Festival of Trees this weekend. But first, the giving continues with collection totals from this year's Heat and Eat program. That story's next. Please stay with us.
Happy holidays. This is Firefighter Mark with some holiday fire safety tips for you. Before stringing your lights, you should always check for any frayed wiring or broken bulbs. You should never use a household extension cord for outdoor lighting. Always use a heavier gauge extension cord. Keep your household pets away from any wiring. You should never place your candles near anything that can catch on fire. You should never overload your outlets with too many plugs. Make sure you properly water your tree. A dry tree can cause fires. On behalf of the Marlborough Fire Department, we would like to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. Through toll road collections and other donations, the Marlborough Heat and Eat program has raised more than $5,000 this year. Here's a recap of this year's collections. At the November 14th toll road collection downtown, the city collected $1,354.70, and on November 21st, the collection reached $1,184.27, bringing the total for both days to $2,538.97. According to the mayor's office, some people only had change, but they were eager to give it.
People that didn't know about it were grabbing, didn't have money, but were grabbing. We all have the change in the cup in our car. We're just dumping that because they're like, I don't have any money. A lot of times in the morning you're heading to work, you go to the bank at lunchtime or something like that, and especially after a weekend, people don't really have a lot of money on Monday morning. So they were being very generous.
The city has also received generous donations from residents in large amounts from organizations and local businesses. Boston Scientific made a contribution of $2,277. The Marlborough Eagles gave $500, and the Marlborough Educators Association gave a check for $150.
One of the things I've always been so proud about is this community comes together and helps each other.
The money collected will be deposited into the mayor's Heat and Eat Fund and will be distributed to individuals and families who are having a hard time paying their heating bills this season. For more information about eligibility requirements, please call Lynn Faust, Interim Director of the Human Services Department, at 508-460-3758. To make a donation to the program, make checks payable to City of Marlborough Heat and Eat Program, and please mail them to City Hall in the Mayor's office at 140 Main Street. Speaking of giving back to the community, Rotary Club members took a time out from their busy schedules to give to a local elementary school. On Thursday morning, dictionaries were donated to the Richer School students. The Marlborough Rotary Club presented 3rd and 4th grade students dictionaries as part of the national nonprofit Dictionary Project.
Every year we donate dictionaries, usually to just 3rd graders, but this year we were playing catch up, so we donated to 3rd and 4th graders.
The Rotarians have also handed out dictionaries to 3rd graders at the other elementary schools in the city.
We do that because we really believe that knowledge is a gift that you keep forever. This project was actually started 4 years ago by then President Emily Greenwood, and it's a project that Rotary does internationally, and for us it's just the best gift we can possibly think of giving these kids.
This is just one of their many civic projects they conduct each year.
For many students, we find that this is, in some cases, the first book that they own, and they're very thrilled to own a book of their own. And this particular dictionary is designed for this project to make sure that students have access not only to the words and their meanings, but also to information about our presidents, our planets, sign language, just a bunch of really fun facts for them to explore and open their world.
Dictionaries were passed out to each student in an orderly fashion.
They were so cute. They were really thrilled. I get to keep this. And then they found out that there was a place to put their name inside the front of the book, and they were really excited about that as well. And I think it really made a big impression with them.
The Dictionary Project has been going on in the United States since 1992. The project went national in 2002 with various civic organizations such as the Rotary Club leading the charge to try to get dictionaries in kids' hands to expand the love of knowledge and learning.
I think having a dictionary or any reference material gives a student the opportunity to act independently. And at this tender moment in their lives, it's very important for them to understand that they can control their destiny, even a little. I'm sure all of them are reading a lot in school, and I'm sure for them the opportunity to cross-reference, to learn new things, to expand upon what they're learning is very important.
The Marlborough Historical Society wants to help you kick off your holiday season with their annual holiday event, the Festival of Trees. The event began last weekend and will continue this weekend. We met with Bob Kane, curator at the Marlborough Historical Society, to hear how last weekend went.
Very good, I guess you could say. We had a steady flow of people coming in all 3 days.
This is the 4th annual Festival of Trees that has been put on by the Marlborough Historical Society. Many aspects of the event this year are new.
We have expanded hours, expanded days, and so forth. So last year we were just Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Now we're going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's fairly new to us and fairly new to the people to get used to.
The event takes place on 2 levels at the Greek Church on Cashman Street.
It's a fun place to be, and we try to make it reasonable for them to come here, and especially the families, and they enjoy it, and their kids enjoy making toys and seeing Santa Claus and buying candy in Candyland.
The first floor is decorated with Christmas trees and decorations, and downstairs offers much more. So far, the event has been open for 3 days, and event organizers are looking forward to being open again this weekend.
Last year, the second weekend was a little bit busier than the first, so we're hoping the same. And we're open Friday night 5 to 9, and Saturday 10 to 9, and Sunday 1 to 6.
A highlight of the event has been the Christmas tree raffle.
The drawing for the trees will be held at 6:15 right here Sunday, right after we close, 15 minutes after we close the drawing. Anybody that came previously are welcome to come back at 6 o'clock if they want to witness the drawing. It's open to the public if they wish. That'll probably take about an hour and 15 minutes to do, and hopefully we'll be done and over with it by 7:30 or so.
All of the money raised at the Festival of Trees will go to the Marlborough Historical Society.
It goes towards historic preservation, education, historic education, all the things that we try to do in the city, and to inform the citizens of the city. Programs put on, different things of of what Marlborough was and was all about.
Coming up next, we have an announcement regarding Marlborough Youth Baseball. Plus, we'll have your Pet of the Week. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Paul Miner, Executive Director of Massachusetts 211. 211 is a non-emergency information hotline that provides callers with the information they need to solve many of life's everyday and sometimes critical problems. Whether it's finding government benefits or services, nonprofit organizations, support groups, crisis response, and official information, Mass 211 can help. This free and confidential service is provided to you by your local United Way. So remember, when you need non-emergency help, call 211.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Baseball may not be the first thing that comes to mind as we enter the month of December, but if you spend a few minutes filling out the Marlborough Youth Baseball Association registration form before December 15th, you will save $20. The registration form can be found on myba.org. Just fill it out and return it to Marlborough Youth Baseball Association.
Today we have Buddy, and Buddy is a purebred Shih Tzu. He's about 7 years old. He's a neutered male. He is a great little dog if you're a lady, but fellows want to stay away from Buddy because he doesn't like men too much. He's a great companion. He doesn't shed. He's housebroken, and that's really his only little quirk, is that he prefers to be in an all-female home. So if you'd like to know more about Buddy or come and meet him and spend some time with him, please call us at Buddy Dog. The number is 978-443-6990.
Before we go, don't forget that you can find all the information you need on our Facebook page. Just search WMCT-TV and become a fan. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Coming up right now in Marlborough this week, the Evening of Giving helps a local homeless shelter for the 22nd year. Plus, State Senator Jamie Eldridge will host a community forum to discuss the widespread power outages resulting from the October 29th snowstorm. And later in this half hour, a Marlborough employee has won a leadership award from the Association for Behavioral Health Care. Those stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Our coverage begins with the 22nd Annual Evening of Giving. More than 1,000 people attended the 2011 Evening of Giving on Thursday night, an event that annually features dozens of restaurants each year. This year had a theme of a winter wonderland. The fundraiser, which benefits the Roland's House Homeless Shelter, started at 7:30 p.m. at the Best Western Royal Plaza Hotel. The team of volunteers is what makes this event possible. We spoke with a new committee member this year to see why she felt it was important to give back to this cause.
It's a great fundraiser for Roland's House, and I mean the amount of people that are here and to help with this cause, they know what they're here for, and especially something during the holidays. I just think it's just a great way to help the homeless in the community.
Renee gave 1 hour a week to help with the Evening of Giving planning, something that even a mom of 4 children and a full-time employee could give.
I learned a lot, just the whole volunteering for this and knowing what I was giving my time to do was really important, and I will definitely come back again next year.
There are numerous restaurants, stores, caterers, and hotels that present themselves at the Evening of Giving each year. giving both of their time and their food.
It just shows that the people in Marlborough really work together to pull this off every year.
New among those contributing this year is Ken's Foods, located in Marlborough, which offered 2 tastings. The popular Raw Bar with Chef Leon Roberge was back, which is sponsored by St. Mary's Credit Union. The Raw Bar featured an ice sculpture created by Roberge. Roland's House, the Marlborough Hudson homeless shelter, had its beginnings when the late Roland Simoneau was a city councilor. In the mid-1980s, a local story of a homeless man who froze to death in an abandoned car inspired Simoneau to start a shelter. The first shelter was located in the Walker Building on Main Street. Presently, the homeless shelter, an agency of the South Middlesex Opportunity Council, is located at 57 Mechanic Street. In 1993, Simoneau started the Evening of Giving after Smock offered to move the shelter to its current Mechanic Street location.
When we first started it, we held it in the IC school, and it was very limited what we could offer for food and everything. And of course we didn't charge very much because my husband thought, well, let's just try it and see what happens. We were overwhelmed with the number of people that came.
Simoneau's efforts for the homeless shelter are so profound that following his death in 2005, the shelter was renamed Roland's House.
We have a lot of success stories that come to a culmination at this evening. Some people who have been coming for years. And whether they have been helped through Roland's House or they have family that have been helped through Roland's House, are now on a wonderful road to recovery, and they appreciate it, so they come, they bring their friends and family, and they just generate more enthusiasm for everyone here.
The funding raised for the shelter also helps The funding raised for the shelter helps to provide services and support, food, toiletries, clothing, and more. Those attending the 22nd Evening of Giving this year were also requested to bring personal items such as soap, toothbrushes, new socks, razors, shampoo, and more to be given to people at the shelter.
It's a very gratifying feeling, and I look forward to it every year, and I have a wonderful committee. They're just great. Most of them have been with us since day one, and they just make it all the world, all the better that way.
The Public Safety Committee Monday night reviewed a possible citywide communication system they hope the new administration can consider next year. The system would send out emergency messages and other notifications to residents through a variety of different ways. Information Technology Director Mark Gibbs says the city's current emergency notification system needs updating. The system was bought in 2003. The current system uses 20 municipal analog phone lines to deliver emergency messages. With only 20 available lines, it can take upwards of 10 hours to deliver a phone message to the entire city. Marco Muto, a regional account manager for Cassidian, said the company could install web-based service in Marlborough with unlimited usage for $20,000 per year. Officials would be able to send out messages in many ways, including landlines, cell phones, email, text messaging, and social media sites. Public Safety Committee members Don Landers and Joe Delano support the idea, but noted that it would take some marketing to have people submit their information and sign up for notifications. The committee hopes the new administration will consider this next year. A Tewksbury woman was charged Monday with trying to trick a man out of cash for a television at a local Sears store. Marlborough Police Detective Scott DeCero stated that 32-year-old Deborah Esposito contacted a local man to set up a deal to exchange cash for a television in the Sears parking lot. Detectives went to Sears and arrested Esposito after she presented a fake receipt from Sears for the television. Esposito was charged with attempting to commit a crime, conspiracy, forgery, and intimidating a witness impending an investigation. DeCero said several people have been targeted by the scam in the last few months. A North Carolina man will be cited by police after he flipped his tractor-trailer on I-495 on Wednesday morning. The crash was reported at about 10:40 a.m. State police said 38-year-old Christopher Lee Hudson was merging onto I-495 south from Route 20 in Marlborough when his truck flipped. State police said another driver in a truck swerved to avoid the tractor-trailer and ended up in the grass on the median strip. Police closed all southbound lanes until shortly before 1 p.m. when the flipped truck began to leak diesel fuel. Hudson was taken to Marlborough Hospital for evaluation. He will be cited for speeding and driving with an unsecured load. State Senator Jamie Aldridge said this week that he will host a community forum to discuss the widespread power outages resulting from the October 29th snowstorm. The meeting will run from 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursday, December 15th at the Bigelow Auditorium in the Marlborough Public Library. Members of the public with concerns about the utility response are invited to attend. The forum will focus on utility companies' response to the storm, proactive solutions to future storms, and potential legislation to prevent similar situations in the future. Still to come as we continue with Marlborough This Week, a holiday concert drew its viewers into the upcoming holiday season. But first, the Christmas season officially arrived last week in the city, thanks to Marlborough's Home for the Holidays celebration. That story's next. Please stay with us.
This is Ducky Duck. Ducky Duck is really no different than you and I. You see, Ducky enjoys using Marlborough's rivers, streams, lakes, and ponds for travel, leisure, and even for drinking water. But Ducky needs your help. When humans mistake stormwater drains for sewers, it causes many problems. While sewers are connected to the plumbing in our houses, stormwater catch basins are completely separate and flow directly into our public water supply. Polluted waterways can affect the quality of our drinking water, our wildlife, and the overall health of our city. So when you discard trash, fertilizers, or oils into these drains, it's bad news for Ducky and for you. Help keep our waterways clean.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. The Christmas season has officially arrived in the city. The city's annual Home for the Holidays event took place on Friday night at Union Common from 6 to 8 p.m. Santa and Mrs. Claus arrived at 6:15 p.m. with Mayor Nancy Stevens. Stevens lit the tree and the Marlborough High School Combined Chorus performed at the First Congregational Church at Union Common. Just a reminder to all families to make sure you send your wish lists off to Santa this year. The Marlborough Post Office wants to help you get them to the North Pole. There are 3 Santa mailboxes around the Main Street area. One in front of the post office, one in front of City Hall and the Senior Center. Marlborough Postmaster Nick Zalikas is asking for all children to get their letters in as soon as possible so that they can be delivered to Santa. The Friends of the Marlborough Public Library were pleased to present the first event of their 2011-2012 concert series on Wednesday night. The holiday concert featured the a cappella jazz vocal ensemble Syncopation, which drew its viewers into the upcoming holiday season with inspiring holiday music. The Marlborough Public Library's Bigelow Auditorium was buzzing with Christmas cheer as Syncopation performed jazz and pop music in 4-part harmony.
I feel like Christmas was made for singers. You know, every December rolls around and every night of the week I'm busy with a rehearsal or a performance somewhere. So I think it's true that when Christmas rolls around, people want to hear vocals.
Each of the singers play instruments as well, such as trumpet, trombone, piano, and percussion, which enhances the performance. No matter where the group performs, residents of all generations love the sound of a cappella music.
I don't think it ever goes out of style. You know, the popular culture can sort of make little waves sometimes, like right now it's the sing-off. You know, 10 years ago it was Boys to Men. 20 years ago it was The Longest Time by Billy Joel. So every once in a while vocal harmony makes a comeback. People love to hear voices singing in harmony. I mean, I think that's a permanent human characteristic. I don't think it'll ever go permanently out of style.
This holiday concert marks the 42nd season for the concert series. If you are interested in seeing this performance in its entirety, please visit our website at WMCT-TV.com for program playtimes.
1 to 92.
Marlborough Hospital will light their Tree of Light at 5 p.m. this Thursday, December 15th. Guests will gather in the Leahy Conference Center for some holiday refreshments, and the 4th grade chorus at the Whitcomb School will provide entertainment. This year, Karen Moore, Marlborough Hospital's new president and CEO, will light the tree. Moore began her new position at the end of November. For more information about purchasing an ornament or to learn more about the 11th annual Tree of Light, please contact Ellen Carlucci, Director of Development at Marlborough Hospital at 508-486-5807. Coming up next, a Marlborough employee has won a prestigious award. Plus, we'll have your pet of the week. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Happy holidays. This is Firefighter Mark with some holiday fire safety tips for you. Before stringing your lights, you should always check for any frayed wiring or broken bulbs. You should never use a household extension cord for outdoor lighting. Always use a heavier gauge extension cord. Keep your household pets away from any wiring. You should never place your candles near anything that can catch on fire. You should never overload your outlets with too many plugs. Make sure you properly water your tree. A dry tree can cause fires. On behalf of the Marlborough Fire Department, we would like to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. A Marlborough employee has won a leadership award from the Association for Behavioral Health Care. The association, a statewide organization, awarded the Mo Armstrong Award to Angela DeLessio, Program Director of the Recovery Connection on Main Street, for her advocacy and leadership. We met up with her on Wednesday to find out how she feels about receiving this award. The organization announced its 2011 Recognition Awards at its Salute to Excellence event on October 21st. Each year, the organization recognizes human service employees, young people, consumer and family advocates, and others who have made outstanding contributions to the field of mental health and addiction treatment.
It was fabulous recognition, and nice to know that I'm affecting people's lives in such a positive way. Very reinforcing, very motivating to have received that.
DeLessio is described as the heart and soul of the Recovery Center in Marlborough, which serves more than 1,000 diverse members in recovery from alcohol and/or drug addiction on an annual basis.
We're one of 5 in Massachusetts, all funded by the Department of Public Health, Bureau of Substance Abuse Services. And the idea is to share lived experience.
The Recovery Connection provides a safe and welcoming place within the community where individuals can obtain peer support from others who are also in recovery.
The peer recovery centers are a judgment-free place where people can put their lives back together, gain support from others with that lived experience. They come in and they work on resumes, they work on social skills, they attend various types of support groups.
Various activities and member-driven services are planned and put into place for the peers by the peers.
The Recovery Connection and the staff here and my other peers here have helped me in so many ways, from schooling opportunities and maintaining long-term sobriety, recovery, different support groups. I mean, they've just been phenomenal.
The Recovery Connection's main purpose is to help people to lead valued and fulfilled lives free from all forms of addiction within a judgment-free zone. Members have full use of the facilities, including use of computers. There's a resource library, volunteers and staff who can supply information and referrals, a large meeting room, a kitchen with coffee available, a large flat-screen television, and various magazines and board games for entertainment. DeLessio's contributions to the development and strengthening of the role of the consumers in mental health and addiction treatment systems can be seen in the accomplishments of the Recovery Connection.
There's a need for this in every single community out there. It's not just Marlborough, it's not Boston, it's not Worcester, it's everywhere. Do you know, and nowadays, our young people with prescription drugs, it's an epidemic. We have a huge population between 18 and 30.
Angela has worked with members since 2008, building a reputation of openness, honesty, and trust. The Association for Behavioral Healthcare has 3 decades of experience advancing, promoting, and preserving community-based mental health and addiction services for those suffering from addiction, and Alessio helps with that mission.
It's hugely gratifying to watch someone get a job, to gain housing. It's hugely gratifying when I see someone get 30 days clean and they feel so good about their accomplishment. It's amazing to watch people put their lives back together and to learn to value who they are. You can't beat that.
Today we have Princess, and Princess is a purebred Maltese. She's a 7-year-old spayed female. She's just been recently groomed, and she's had her teeth cleaned recently too, so she is all ready to go. You might want to know a little bit about Maltese if you're interested in Princess. They can be a little bit on the yappy side, but they love to sit on your lap. So if you'd like to know more about her or maybe meet her, please feel free to call us here at Buddy Dog. The number is 978-443-6990.
Before we go, don't forget that you can find all of the information you need on our Facebook page. Just search WMCT-TV and become a fan. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. We're going to leave you now with more holiday music from Syncopation.
Say, don't cares away, Christmas is here, bringing the cheer to young and old, big and old. Ding dong, ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, feeling the air. Oh, how proud, ringing the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling their tale. Gaily they're ringing while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, merry, 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 merry Christmas, merry, 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 merry Christmas. Now they send on without end their to every home. Ding, 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 ding. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old. And the bold ding dong, that is their song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, feeling the air. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, merry, 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 merry Christmas, merry, merry, merry Christmas. Now they send on without end their joyful song to every home. Ding, 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 dong, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, dong.
Coming up right now in Marlborough this week, the city's Heat and Eat program receives major donations just in time for the holidays. City council members who are moving on from the council received awards on Monday night. Plus, Marlborough Hospital invests in a patient safety officer. Those stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Our coverage begins with donations to the city's Heat and Eat program. Jarwick Elementary School was in the giving spirit this week. For a few weeks, students collected money to raise funds for the city's Heat and Eat program. Mayor Stevens visited the Jarwick School to congratulate and thank the students on Monday for their hard work.
Over the last 3 weeks, we picked up the money this morning, and they had counted it, and they said they had $966.79. We took it to the bank and had it automatically counted, and it was actually $981.50. I'm so proud of the students at Jarwick School, and I was explaining to the group that I had there that did the presentation with me, exactly how that was going to help. And I said, you know, this is going to help if we just talk basically about filling a family's oil tank, that this will, in fact, fill 3 oil tanks for a family. So I was really excited to be able to talk to them and explain what they did and thank them for their generosity to the city.
Stevens is always amazed with donations for this fund.
I know that this community comes together, so it's been wonderful to have them come together once again to support our residents.
Later in the day, members of the Marlborough Lions Club joined Stevens to present the mayor's Charity Relief Fund with a $1,000 donation to the city's Heat and Eat program. A press conference was held at City Hall on Monday afternoon.
I'm so happy to be here this afternoon with Rick Robinson, president of the Lions Club here in Marlborough, and Mary Scott, who is chair of the holiday program for the Lions. And they are here today for a very special presentation. Mary.
Well, normally the Lions Club works with the holiday helpers here in Marlborough. We're very concerned about reaching out to the community and looking at their greatest need. This year, we just kind of revisited things and said, where can our funds be really well used? And having read up about the toll road and all the things, we said, you know, gifts are important, as to sort of paraphrase the whole thing, but you know, heat is just so important. With children in the house and elderly, we just feel it was a great value.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you have a check in the amount
I have a check in the amount of $1,000 for the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund and the Heat and Need.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been, as you know, with all of the reductions in fuel assistance on the state and federal level, we have seen requests this year just come in. I can't believe it, just this morning another request for a tank of oil. And the tanks, to fill the tanks, it's about $400. So,
well, the irony is that just after I checked my fuel bill, Mary called me and said, why don't we do this? And I looked at the fuel bill and I said, this is the best place we could put our money, because that is very expensive. Yeah.
We started this several years ago, and it was because we saw the need. And I truly believed at the time that there should not be a family in the city that should have to decide between food and fuel or medication. That we as a community, I've been so proud of how this community comes together. And the Lions Club, anytime I've ever asked, you have always been there. And I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of the city, on behalf of the residents, that this will help. I am so thrilled to be able to accept this check from the Lions Club and know that it's going to go to a very worthy cause.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much. And you can continue to make donations to the Mayor's Charity Relief Fund with the Heat and Eat program. You send the checks to Mayor's Charity Relief Fund, City Hall, 140 Main Street, and we still are accepting donations. As we've seen over the last couple of weeks, the requests have been coming in faster than we can fill the requests, so we would appreciate your help, and have a great holiday season.
To continue with the spirit of giving, the Assabet Valley Collaborative and Employment Options in Marlborough recently received grants totaling $20,000 as part of the Foundation for Metro West's 2011 grant cycle. The foundation distributed a total of $162,000 to organizations throughout the region. In 2011, the Foundation for Metro West distributed about $600,000 throughout the region and has given more than $6.5 million since its inception in 1995. For more information, please visit foundationformetrowest.org. City Council members held their last meeting of the year on Monday night. At the end of the half-hour meeting, City Council President Arthur Vigent recognized the councilors who are moving on next year. Councilor-at-Large Stephen Levy was first.
It's been such a privilege and an honor to sit in this seat to represent the people of the city of Marlborough and to work with each of you, my colleagues. I've learned so much from each of you. You've made me a better councilor. And like each of you, we all come here to do what we think is right, what we think is best for the city, and we hope at the end of our term that we've left Marlborough, as Councilor Farrow said, a better place. And I think over the last 6 years, we can truly say we have done that.
Then it was on to Ward 2 City Councilor Paul Farrow.
I can feel with a great deal of certainty that I feel I've left the city in a better shape than it was when I got here. We had $1 million under our levy limit and no cash. And today we're at $22 million on our levy limit, and we've got so much cash, we're sitting here fighting about what to spend it on. So I think that is a net benefit for the city, and I think the city is in good hands going forward.
And the president himself, Arthur Vigent, who will become the mayor of Marlborough as of January 2nd.
It's been a great ride, and I'm not done yet. I'm hoping to continue to work with you and this body and send out some great projects and continue to move this city forward. My heart's in this city. I still drive around every morning at 8 o'clock. I know you're tired of hearing about it, but I do. I check out the potholes and the projects and really enjoy it. So thank you very much for your support over the years in electing me as your president, and hopefully we continue to work forward for the next couple of years.
At the end of the meeting, Mayor Nancy Stevens, who is also moving on, addressed the council.
It's really with mixed emotions. You know, made the choice not to run again, but it really has been mixed emotions the last couple of weeks with farewells and saying goodbye. It really has been an honor and a pleasure to serve as the mayor of this community for the last 6 years, as an elected official for 12 years. As Councilor Farrow said, I'm very proud of the fact that we can leave, and we are in much better shape today than 6 years ago. And it's an effort, it's all of our efforts collectively. We've done some amazing things. I'm so proud of all of the grant money we've brought in over the last 6 years. I'm proud of all the projects we've got done, things we have in the works that are going to continue, that I'm sure the mayor-elect is going to continue to move these projects forward. But I want to thank you. We have not always agreed, but I think that you are an amazing group of people who are passionate and dedicated, and I think sometimes our passion collided, but I never for a minute believed that our commitment to the city was anything but 100% commitment to the city.
Stevens received more recognition earlier in the day on Tuesday at the Senior Center's Christmas party. Stevens has been active at the center, and seniors have appreciated her support over the years.
I really am going to miss opportunities like this, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be here, and I think Jennifer said that I'm going to be a new volunteer here at the Senior Center. But I want to thank you so much. I'm going to miss these opportunities, but I'm not going to be far. So thank you very much, and thank you for this. This was a surprise. Thank you.
Karen Moore, president and CEO of Marlborough Hospital, has announced the newest member of the hospital's management team. Nancy Manchester has been hired to serve as the hospital's new patient safety officer. In her new role with Marlborough Hospital, Manchester will plan, develop, and oversee patient safety and relations.
You look for opportunities to make communication better, to make care simpler, and in the end, reduce the number of adverse events that happen, or patient safety events. Or near misses, even. Near misses are great opportunities.
Nancy Manchester is a resident of Westport, Massachusetts, and she began her position with Marlborough Hospital earlier this month.
A patient safety officer is someone that looks at process within the hospital, because essentially process is the genesis of patient safety events.
Manchester is a recent graduate of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement's Patient Safety Executive Program, an intensive program for patient safety professionals and CEOs led by national leaders in patient safety.
The fact that Marlborough's taken the resources to invest in a patient safety officer for their organization speaks volumes. Not every hospital has a patient safety officer. Many of the larger institutions do. I've worked out in the Chicagoland area and was the first patient safety officer for another healthcare system. But it's slowly coming to the fore, because there's not only a human case for patient safety, there's also a business case for patient safety.
Manchester was most recently the director of regulatory readiness for South Coast hospitals.
We're learning that having a flattened structure, that every person in the hospital sees every other employee, every physician, every nurse as a peer, someone that they can approach with something that's hard. Empowering every member of the staff to stop the line from the most junior person to the most senior person when they see something that's wrong, taking that collective knowledge and using it in an environment where it's safe to do so is one of my great aims.
Prior to that, she was director of patient safety and risk management with Harvard Vanguard Medical Associates. While there, she developed, implemented, and managed a patient safety program.
It was one of those moments in life where you say, okay, it's time to step up. And I had the opportunity to essentially quarterback an experience that was successful and wonderful, in which everyone came together to a positive result. It was a full, intensive survey for a solid week, but we did it, and we did it together. And that was one of the leadership experiences that led me to where I am now.
Manchester has many goals for her time with Marlborough Hospital.
I hope to capitalize on opportunities for improved safety. You don't have to have a patient safety event to learn from an occurrence, from a near miss, from an opportunity. To expand the view of opportunity around patient safety is one of the things I hope to do. To encourage people to report even those near miss opportunities, to up the quotient, to have more information coming in so that we can learn more from it, and also to disseminate it as effectively as I can.
Still to come as we continue with Marlborough this week, there is now a Zumba Gold class for Latino and Portuguese seniors at our local senior center. But first, how to protect our senior population from identity theft. That story's next. Please stay with us.
Happy holidays. This is Firefighter Mark with some holiday fire safety tips for you. Before stringing your lights, you should always check for any frayed wiring or broken bulbs. You should never use a household extension cord for outdoor lighting. Always use a heavier gauge extension cord. Keep your household pets away from any wiring. You should never place your candles near anything that can catch on fire. You should never overload your outlets with too many plugs. Make sure you properly water your tree. A dry tree can cause fires. On behalf of the Marlborough Fire Department, we would like to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. Yvette Mesmar, Sovereign Bank Branch Manager in Marlborough, spoke to seniors about identity theft as well as scams that target seniors on Tuesday afternoon. It's always important to look out for scams, especially during the holidays.
Technology is a wonderful thing, and in this day and age, technology is out there for a lot of benefits, but it's also out there making our private information public and at the fingertips of those with ill intentions.
Unfortunately, as long as there have been identity thieves, they have always targeted senior citizens. Many seniors do not check their credit reports on a regular basis. Identity thieves know that the social security number of a senior citizen may afford the thief an opportunity to steal the senior's identity without them even knowing.
With your name and your social security number, your date of birth, there's some databases out there online that you only have to pay 99 cents and you can have all the personal information about an individual, from the place they were born, where they live, who are the closest siblings, and sometimes even their social security number.
During the holiday season, identity theft is even more common.
People are out there desperate, looking at how can they make a quick buck, how can they take advantage of others. And it creates a large problem for banks, for credit card institutions, for the police. I am sure that our chief of police can vouch for the fact that there's an increase of cases that open up and complaints to the police department.
Children of seniors and other care providers of seniors must take steps to protect the senior from identity theft.
Never share your information, your personal information, with strangers. Unfortunately, our seniors are a huge target of those individuals out there without any scruples. They call them over the phone. They put them in their comfort zone by telling them their name, some piece of information like their date of birth, and they pretend that they're from some financial institution, that they want to verify information, and they just want to acquire information, as is the case. But once the individual is in their comfort zone, they will provide the information.
For more information on how to combat all forms of identity theft, feel free to visit Yvette Mesmar at the Sovereign Bank and arrange for a meeting. Mesmar will also be holding additional meetings on identity theft to accommodate those who are unable to attend the meeting this week.
We're looking forward at being a steady presence here at the Senior Center, and by any means, anytime anybody wants any information, I'll be back here probably in another month or two. We coordinate with Jennifer, the director of the Senior Center. We'll be more than happy to offer this information to anyone.
Chances are you've heard about Zumba, the fitness dance program that that's become popular across the country. Well, at our local senior center, there's now a Zumba Gold class for Latino seniors. We took a sneak peek into the class to get an idea of what goes on. You're already familiar with the importance of seniors' needs to exercise, but the idea of hitting the gym is not at the top of most elders' list of things to do. That is until the Zumba Gold fitness program became available at more local gyms and senior centers. Today, many seniors are dancing their way to better health. The Marlborough Senior Center wants to reach the Latino and Portuguese-speaking community on Tuesday nights for a night of exercise and fun at 6:15 p.m.
I just feel like they're having a lot of fun and they just can do the class on their own pace. You know, I feel like they dance with the body, not so much with the mind, so that's something different with the culture because it's just like they're able to do whatever. The instructor is great and she's, you know, the language, and also they're able to do it on their own music, yeah, on the, you know, Brazilian music, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Like the traditional Latin-inspired Zumba workout, the Zumba Gold workout incorporates many of the dance fitness routines set to Latin and international rhythms, but it's performed at a lower intensity.
Zumba Gold class is very, very nice. Number one, you go into the Zumba class and you just forget about everything that's going on. You try to just go with the rhythm, get your mind off your health. I'm sick, but when you're in there, you're just in such... You're so happy, you know, bonding with everybody. The instructor, she's very good.
The benefits of the Zumba Gold program are multifaceted.
It's an exercise mentally and physically. So I think it's a very good class. I think everybody out there, all the seniors, no matter where you're from, you should come out and participate in the class.
The Senior Center would like to offer even more programs to the Latino and Portuguese-speaking community, but they need participants to expand.
We're trying to offer knitting classes, we're trying to offer cooking classes, we're trying to offer meditation, anything that they want to be in, like in groups. And the only way we can do it is if we have enough people. We need to have everybody just come out and join us.
Coming up next, WBZ Radio's Jordan Rich spoke to chamber members this month. Plus, we'll have your pet of the week. Don't move. We'll be right back.
I'm Officer Darvin Anderson of the Brockton Police Department. This is my canine partner, Gomo. Protecting my partner is a priority for our survival. Canines are trained to give up their lives for their human partners. In the last 3 years, 24 police dogs in the United States have been shot and killed in the line of duty. A bullet and stab protective vest could save their lives. Departmental budgets often do not cover the cost for our canine partners. In August 2010, K9 Kilo from Florida suffered 3 gunshot wounds, 1 to his chest. His bulletproof vest saved his life, and miraculously, Kilo was back to work in only 2 weeks after the shooting. There are many law enforcement canines in Massachusetts who are at risk every day without protection. With your assistance, we can provide vests for our partners. Vested Interest in Canines is a non-profit organization that provides bulletproof vests for canines in Massachusetts. Your generosity could help keep the canines safe. Thank you.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce recently held their Distinguished Speakers Breakfast. Their guest speaker was WBZ Radio's Jordan Rich. Rich has been a radio TV personality for over 30 years.
Those of us who sit in the studio and do what we do have to remember that there are people on the other end, and I do know that, and I appreciate that.
Rich appreciates all of his listeners, and that's why he enjoys speaking engagements like the Chamber Breakfast. Rich likes to let everybody know where radio is today and how important customer relations are.
It's all about customer service. It's all about taking care of the listeners as they would be the customers, the clients, the constituents, be it as it were.
Rich has been in the radio business for over 30 years and says he has enjoyed every minute.
I am from here. I grew up on the South Shore. I live in Framingham. I've been blessed to work in the same market for it's more than that, it's 33 years, and do what I do as a local kid, making good. And working at WBZ is kind of like playing left field at Fenway for me, because it's following in the footsteps of the Dave Maynards and the Norm Nathans and the Gary LaPierre's, and having worked with some of them too, is really, really cool.
Radio has been his outlet to inspire and help listeners.
Radio is, for me, my way of expression, but it's a wonderful way to reach people, to touch people, whether you're doing it commercially or not.
Rich spoke about radio and the economy.
Radio tanked like everybody, as we all went down back in 08, 09, and even parts of 10, in terms of revenue, in terms of sales, in terms of, well, none of us have had a raise in 3 years, I'll tell you that.
Just like in business, relationships are what allows anything to survive.
It's all about how we treat others. It's how we treat our customers, and in a tough economy, in a tough competitive economy, it's so important.
Today we have Baby. And Baby is probably about a year old, young, super active. We think she's a min pin mix or miniature pincher. She's a recently spayed female. She is super friendly and super active, and she's going to make a great pet for an active family. So if you'd like to know more about Baby, please feel free to call us here at Buddy Dog. The number is 978-443-6990.
Before we go, don't forget that you can find all the information you need on our Facebook page. Just search WMCT-TV and become a fan. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us. From all of us here at WMCT-TV, we'd like to wish you a happy holiday. We'll see you again next week. Coming up right now in Marlborough This Week, area residents hammered National Grid officials with questions on Thursday night. Mayor Nancy Stevens and Kathleen Roby said goodbye to the school committee this week. Plus,
we don't deserve all the applause. It's really, we do it because we can.
A major donation comes from one local family to help serve Special Olympics Massachusetts. And later in this half hour, Marlborough's Council on Aging was recently awarded a $10,000 grant from Bay Path Elder Services to help outreach to the Portuguese and Latino community. Those stories and more are coming up right now on Marlborough This Week. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Our coverage begins with this week's forum regarding recent power outages and reaction from power companies.
Matter of fact, to provide
area residents hammered National Grid officials with questions on Thursday night regarding the time it took to restore power to the region after two recent storms.
The biggest question is, when can I expect power to come back up? So there was a lack of communication. I know we individually try to get information and relay that to our residents, but we're just trying to figure out how can we do a better job of that, and is there anything we can do preventively to try to do a better job in future storms.
4 representatives from National Grid attended the community forum called by State Senator Jamie Eldridge.
In terms of the bigger picture, it's really just, how can we communicate better? How can we do a better job of that, of giving people an idea what to expect so they can make appropriate decisions, whether it's, go get a generator, whether it's, find alternative places to stay. In terms of legislation to fix the problem, again, it comes back to, what can we do with the utility companies to avoid the problem in the first place. I mean, obviously, prevention is better than, how are we going to deal with it after the fact.
Some forum attendees, including City Councilor Ed Clancy, criticized the company for not being more proactive in its tree pruning as a way to prevent power failures.
People have questioned lack of line maintenance, trimming trees and things like that around the lines. So, I mean, obviously, anytime you have a major outage, it takes time to put it back. People, unfortunately, can't just flip a switch and get houses back on. You have to worry about the main transmission lines and then the feeder lines, and it's just a process to bring it back up, and it really depends on where the damage was.
The Department of Public Utilities has been holding its own public hearings to address customer frustrations over lengthy power failures following Tropical Storm Irene.
There were vast outages across the state. A lot of people were impacted, and And forums like this give the residents an opportunity to raise their concerns, to ask the questions that they have, and legislators as well. We've had several opportunities to talk with the various players in that, but that's what we really want to understand is what was different about these storms, why the sudden rash of outages. Years have gone by, we haven't seen this type of damage and this type of outages. So it's really to get questions answered and to know, what can we do, both as a community and as residents, differently. How can we be better prepared? How can we improve communications? How can we get the word out to residents?
The company is also preparing a list of action items with ways the utility company can improve operations in future power failures. National Grid is looking to improve communication. A major component will be getting municipal employees more involved.
I think we have to work collaboratively to both figure out how do we prevent it and how can we do a better job after a storm.
Firefighters quickly extinguished an attic fire at a two-story home on Stonehill Road Wednesday afternoon. The blaze started at 1 Stonehill Road at 4:30 p.m. Acting Fire Chief Fred Flynn said firefighters put out the fire in about 10 minutes. The damage that was caused can be repaired. The blaze did not spread to the lower floors of the home. The fire's cause is not known. With only a few weeks left in her term, Mayor Nancy Stevens said on Tuesday night at her last school committee meeting that she's proud of the 6 years she has spent as mayor, but is ready to move on with her future. Stevens first took office on January 2nd, 2006.
You're an amazing group of people, that I have been lucky to have worked with and lucky to have become friends with. And I want to thank you for everything. It was a hard decision not to run again, but it was one that was right for me. And I'm looking forward to going on to the next phase of my life. To this committee, we have had our differences, but you know what? I have never worked with a committee that's as passionate and as committed and dedicated as you are.
Also moving on from the school committee is longtime committee member Kathleen Roby. Roby has served for over 15 years, and she spoke about all of those who have helped her over the years.
We've had superintendents and principals and teachers who have come and gone through the district. I think that I would not be where I am today without them. And with the various people that have sat at this table, I would like to thank them all. I won't be going to the City Council without the benefit of an education that I got by being a school committee member. And I certainly appreciate everything that Mr. Kuchar has taught me and everything that MASC has taught me, how to be a leader.
Special Olympics Massachusetts, a leader in providing healthy lifestyles through sports and healthcare-related programs for individuals with intellectual disabilities, announced a gift in the amount of $2.5 million to help fund the Special Olympics Massachusetts headquarters right here in Marlborough. A dedication ceremony was held at the Yawkey Sports Training Center with the family who has donated this money, as well as several city and state officials. Marlborough residents Catherine and Brian Stevens have made the generous donation in part to honor their 6-year-old daughter, Samantha.
It's a nice thing that our family can afford to do something like this in the town that I was born with, for my daughter that's handicapped, and for all the other athletes and all the other programs.
Samantha, who just started participating in the Young Athletes program that Special Olympics offers for children ages 4 to 7, now has her portrait hung in the lobby of the Yawkey Sports Training Center permanently. Stevens, who was joined at the ceremony by his wife Catherine and his children, Samantha and Brian, says it was an easy choice to make after seeing the joy on Samantha's face during Special Olympics events.
It just thrills me that programs like this are going to be advanced. The building's closer to being paid off. It'll be even closer next year, but it gives me joy for that. But as long as my daughter's happy, and she's happy here, she's clapping all the time when she's here.
Mayor Nancy Stevens, who was involved in the process of bringing the new headquarters to Marlborough, said the event marked a milestone for her, one she won't forget.
And I'll never forget the people that I've gotten to know through Special Olympics. Your dedication to the Special Olympians is unprecedented. Bob's commitment to this organization, I have learned to really admire you and get to know you on a personal level.
Mayor-elect Arthur Vigin says the event had meaning for him because he has relatives who have participated in Special Olympics events.
So, for me, it's very special to have the Special Olympics here in Marlborough. It's a great addition to our city, And for a family like the Stevens family to come forward like you have, it's just unbelievable that there's people out there like you that will help out so many.
The donation from the Stevens family was put aside specifically to help the Special Olympics pay down the remaining costs associated with building the Yawkey Sports Training Center, which opened in 2009. Special Olympics Massachusetts President and CEO Bob Johnson stated to us the donation from the Stevens family brought the total amount of money raised for the building to $8.9 million.
When we started building this building, and we had about a $12 million investment here, there were those who doubted that we could get it done. And having people like the Stevens step forward and bite off a big chunk of it makes a very big difference for us, and certainly makes us breathe a lot easier. But even more importantly, what this means is that the money that's being donated to operations, to our athletes, is not going to support this building.
The organization hopes to reach $12.5 million in order to completely pay off the building. At the press conference, Stevens challenged the public, stating he would like to see the remaining $3.6 million raised by next December. He says if it's not fully paid off by then, he will step to the plate.
It's helping a great cause. So if other families don't want to step up, we'll just take care of it. We don't have a problem with it. But it would be nice to see other families, especially with disabled children, that can do it, step up. I don't care if it's $1, $100, or $2.5 million.
For more information regarding Special Olympics Massachusetts, please visit specialolympicsma.org. A Marlborough resident is a recent winner of a local game show. Marlborough resident Matthew Topalian was a contestant on the Wheel of Fortune, which aired November 18th, and he won $15,750 in cash and prizes, including a trip to Canada. In September, Topalian submitted an online application, and from there he auditioned in Boston on September 28th, which included a written test, an interview, and a puzzle with a handful of other possible candidates. That day, he was told he had made the show, and just 2 weeks later, he was in Los Angeles taping his episode of Wheel of Fortune. Topalian is a 5th grade teacher in Stowe. Still to come as we continue with Marlborough this week, the Marlborough Senior Center has been opening its doors to Latino and Portuguese-speaking seniors. But first, with 1 week till Christmas, Marlborough Hospital's 11th Annual Tree of Light took place. That story's next. Please stay with us.
Happy holidays. This is Firefighter Mark with some holiday fire safety tips for you. Before stringing your lights, you should always check for any frayed wiring or broken bulbs. You should never use a household extension cord for outdoor lighting. Always use a heavier gauge extension cord. Keep your household pets away from any wiring. You should never place your candles near anything that can catch on fire. You should never overload your outlets with too many plugs. Make sure you properly water your tree. A dry tree can cause fires. On behalf of the Marlborough Fire Department, we would like to wish you all a happy and safe holiday season.
Now, some action from the courts. Billie Jean King renewing her rivalry with arthritis. First set, furious volley, and right to the net for a winner. Beautiful forehand there. Arthritis, stunned. And here, match point. Billie Jean with the ace, taking it in straight sets. Afterwards, a jubilant Billie Jean King.
Tennis is a weapon for me with arthritis. There's nothing like it for me to hit a ball, run to the ball, anytime, any court. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your weapon against arthritis? Find out at fightarthritispain.org.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Marlborough Hospital held their annual Tree of Light ceremony on Thursday night with lots of holiday traditions and the hospital's new president and CEO, Karen Moore. On Thursday night, guests gathered in the Leahy Conference Center for some holiday refreshments and the 4th grade chorus's renditions of many holiday favorites.
It's a very important event and a special community event because it gives us the opportunity to honor the memory of those who we have lost. It also is an opportunity to thank those people who have taken care of a loved one for patients, medical staff, nurses. So it's an honoring of all of the lives that have been touched at Marlborough Hospital throughout the years.
This year, Karen Moore, Marlborough Hospital's new president and CEO, lit the tree. Moore began her new position at the end of November. The Tree of Light was decorated with angels, shining stars, snowflakes, and twinkling lights. Snowflakes and lights represent gratefulness to the hospital for care, or simply as a thank you to the hospital for being here in the community.
Marlborough Hospital has been a part of the community since 1890, and I think that we have tremendous support by the residents, as well as tremendous pride in the fact that we have a community hospital here with highly skilled medical staff, nurses, who are here to dedicate their careers to providing the highest quality health care in a compassionate and caring environment and a safe environment. And I think the residents really appreciate that.
The Tree of Light represents the patients, the hospital staff, and the members of the community that the hospital has served for 120 years.
It is also an event where people can say thank you in a special way, philanthropically. And at this time of year, I think a lot of people like to give back in some special way.
For more information about purchasing an ornament, please contact Ellen Carlucci, Director of Development at Marlborough Hospital, at 508-486-5807. The goal of a cultural outreach program at the Council on Aging and Senior Center is to give all residents an opportunity to engage in the numerous activities, classes, and educational programs that the Senior Center provides. The center is currently looking for senior participants so that they are able to expand programming. Marlborough's Council on Aging and Senior Center were recently awarded a $10,000 grant from Bay Path Elder Services Incorporated as part of a multicultural outreach initiative aimed at Portuguese and Latino seniors.
The grant that we get, it will run through the end of June, and then there is a possibility that we'll, continue with the grant, for the next couple of years, I hope.
The nonprofit Bay Path Elder Services, which was founded in 1977, offers home care, money management counseling, and other services to seniors in Marlborough, Hudson, Framingham, Natick, and other local communities. The organization awards grants to communities using federal funds provided under the Older Americans Act.
It's a population that's underserved here. At the Senior Center, and it's a very large part of our population here in the Marlborough community. And we just felt like there was needs that we were not meeting, so we wanted to try to also be able to serve those seniors in the same way that we serve others here in our community.
The grant will serve the Council's mission of promoting healthy, successful aging and enhancing the quality of life for the city's older Latino and Portuguese residents.
We're trying to get new programs started, but the only way we can get these programs started is if everybody comes and reaches out to us so that they can participate in the classes. We're trying to offer knitting classes, we're trying to offer cooking classes, we're trying to offer meditation, anything that they want to be in, like in groups. And the only way we can do it is if we have enough people.
Jennifer Claro, Executive Director of the Council on Aging and Senior Center in Marlborough, says she and her staff are pleased with how programming is going so far.
It's such a pleasure and such a joy because they're so thankful to be able to come to a place that can provide different opportunities, educational opportunities as well as fitness, nutrition, and we're also working on the social with the cooking class and the knitting class just recently being added.
Claro estimated that 5,000 seniors were served by the center last year. Part of the expanded offerings at the Senior Center are English classes. The ESL class that is offered at the Senior Center has been highly successful so far this year. The English classes are for those who understand very little or no English. We took a sneak peek into the class this week to speak with the teacher to learn more.
It's hard, it's not easy for seniors to learn a new language, but it's very, very important so they'll feel more comfortable.
The English classes at the Senior Center take place every Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Elio Hedges conducts the class.
He was exactly what I was looking for because I wanted him to start with the basic, so people will feel comfortable with the basic before they can move into the next level. So it's working out great. The students are very happy and they're learning a lot, and it's a very exciting class.
Elio moved to the United States from Brazil 6 years ago and is not new to teaching.
I studied in Brazil to be a teacher, but when I came here, I never thought that I was going to be a teacher in the United States to teach English. So I am very happy and proud.
Elio is happy to be teaching students in Marlborough and says it's an important language to know.
Everything you will do here in the United States, if you want to live the country, if you want to see what's going on in the culture, you've got to speak the language. So that's what we have to do here. We have to learn the language so we will better live and we will better feel the American culture.
Elio's classes are fun, yet productive.
The thing that I try to do is to show the language and to teach the language with good humor. And I think that's all about when you're learning something. If you can learn that in a good way, with good humor, and that's what I try to do.
To inspire his students, Elio shares his own personal experience with the language in his classes.
My first job in the United States was at the Domino's Pizza, and I was afraid to answer the phone. And I was fired for the first time in my whole life.
Everyone makes mistakes, but until you try to learn for yourself, you will never know what you're capable of.
Even for people that studied a lot in their countries, in our countries, it is hard to learn. But as soon as you have that thing in mind that you will make mistakes to learn the language or to learn anything, you will be able to learn something. So try it.
Coming up next, WBZ Radio's Jordan Rich took a time out to spend some time in Marlborough this week. Plus, we'll have your pet of the week. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Come here.
I love you, Dad.
These tiny germs send 200,000 Americans to the hospital every year. Seasonal and pandemic flu spreads by touch, sneeze, and cough. So it's up to you to stop the flu. Get a flu shot. Sneeze or cough in your sleeve or a tissue.
Why, that's right.
Wash your hands with soap or sanitize. And don't bring the bug to work or school. Yes, it's up to you to stop the flu.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce recently held their Distinguished Speakers Breakfast. Their guest speaker was WBZ Radio's Jordan Rich. Rich has been a radio TV personality for 33 years. Stay tuned to next week's news for a full recap of the event.
Today we have Palucci, which I believe means little fluffy dog. He is a little fluffy dog. He's a Bichon Frise. He's a neutered male, and he is 5 years old. He is good with other dogs. I believe he's been with cats as well, and he seems to be good with kids. But he is super, super, super active, so he's going to need a lot of exercise. If you'd like to know more about little Palucci, please feel free to call us at Buddy Dog. The number is 978-443-6990.
Before we go, don't forget that you can find all of the information you need on our Facebook page. Just search WMCT-TV and become a fan. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.